Hi friend, David here from Learn Stage Lighting, and today we're continuing our series on how to buy stage lights, and we're going to talk about the true cost of buying a light. That's right, a true cost of buying a light. When it comes down to it, if you're looking to buy a light for your stage, whether it's a church, band, DJ, theater, it really doesn't matter. The price you see for the light is not really the total price that you're going to have to pay. And so today, we're going to have art class with David, and we are going to look at what does it actually cost, and what do I actually need to make a DMX light work. So say, for example, we'll grab our trusty whiteboard here, which is not white, and I've drawn on here, hopefully you can see it well, a basic light. See that? Well, basic light, okay? And you might say it's just a basic moving head wash unit. It's an example I use a lot. And say this basic wash light is going to cost, $700, right? $700 right there. Okay? If you go and buy that light today, is that the total cost? No, it's not. What else is needed to make a light work? Because ultimately, if you don't remember a few key things, you're going to find yourself not having enough money to buy the stuff that you want. So let's think about it for a second. Now, every situation is different, but what I like to do is think through, maybe you're new to this, and you might be like, okay, what do I need to think through when using this light that might be an additional cost? Okay, well, first thing we're going to notice here is the light is naked, right? When you buy it, it's going to come in a cardboard box. It's going to look like that. So the first thing you might need is a road case. What's a road case going to cost? That's really going to depend on your needs, okay? If you need a full flight case, you're traveling in trucks, you're using it, loading in and out a lot, then it's going to be hundreds of dollars. If you're a gigging musician or DJ or a portable church setup, there are different gig bag options and soft cases and things like that that may adequately protect the lights for your needs. Or if it's a simple LED par type light, you may put it in a cable bin, which may be plastic or a road case or something like that. Okay, so we need a case. We get to the gig, and the next thing we're going to need to do, whether it's a gig, a permanent install, whatever, is we're either going to put the light on the floor, which means no extra hardware, or we're going to hang it. Oh yeah. So on the bottom of this thing, we're going to need to put some clampies, right? Clamps. We'll draw some bad clamps in, okay? Now, if it's a moving light of a certain size, it's going to require 2 clamps. If it's a smaller moving light or a basic non-moving light, it'll probably take 1 clamp, okay? Now, when we're talking about clamps, just to give you just a little bit of extra info, don't buy the cheapest clamp you can buy. Do not. It's going to frustrate you to no end. It's going to be impossible to get tightened, and you're going to hate yourself for it, okay? Clamps are worth their weight in gold, and if you're going to set up and tear down a lot, budget $15 per clamp. I'm serious. Now, if you buy good clamps, say you buy a $10 or $15 clamp, or $20 even, and you use the light a lot, you will get many, many, many years out of that clamp, and it will outlive the fixture itself, for sure. So, we get a case, we got clamps. What's next? Well, we got to wire power to the light, right? Now, of course, the light is going to come with a power cable, right? So there's going to be a place to plug it in. It might be a power con, it might be something else, but if it is a power con, then what if you want to link out to other fixtures using the PowerCon throughputs? Okay, those cables are going to cost extra. Next, if you need extension cords or other, type of cabling to get power from wherever you're getting power to the fixture, budget for that as well, right? If you're starting out from scratch, you're not going to have that stuff. If you've been doing events, you have stuff, you might have some of that, right? Next, we got DMX. We've got to connect our light to the console. We got to do it via DMX, okay? So we're going to need DMX cables. We're going to need a DMX cable from the console to the first fixture. we're going to need a cable from the first fixture to the next fixture. So if you're buying a bunch of fixtures and you have a console, make sure you have at least a cable per each fixture, plus for the console, plus extras if you need to make them longer, right? So at the end of the day, when you buy a $700 light, okay, and then you add on, a $100 case, maybe, we'll call it a $100 case, and then you add on, $25 worth of clamps. Then you go ahead and you keep adding, and you go DMX cables. I didn't have those, right? So maybe I get a couple 25-foot cables and they're $15 each. That's another $30. Maybe I want a PowerCon through cable. That's another $15. And all of a sudden, a light that was $700, right? And you might have budgeted $700 for, is now, let's see, math please, 7, 8, it's terrible. 830 and 15, 845, 865, 870. Is now, whoop, check out my chicken scratch, $870 light. Okay? Now, this is not to say that you should get frustrated about this or whatever, but the point here is that when you are looking at lights, and maybe you're budgeting for yourself to purchase them, maybe you're budgeting for an organization to purchase them, I don't know who's purchasing them, but if you're choosing the light, you're presenting those numbers to someone, even if it's yourself, right? And a light that sells for $700 is going to require at least some kind of accessories. There really aren't lights out there that come with all the stuff. That's only if you're renting. Not only that, but I'm just talking about an LED type fixture here. Down the road with other fixtures, you're going to be replacing lamps. Now that's less and less common, but it still happens, and there's a cost to that. So when you do go to buy lights, make sure you're looking at the cost of everything you need. And if you want some more help, and if you like what we've got going on here, I've actually got a stage lighting gear guide, which highlights some of my favorite picks in each category of gear. It's not everything in the world, but it's just my favorites for each category across all the different manufacturers that I look at. It's really the only place that I know of where you can see someone's recommendations like my own that really cross the lines between manufacturers. So head over to Learn Stage Lighting. We'll have a link here that'll get you to a place where you can grab that gear guide. And then I will see you guys in our next video here on YouTube. It'll be next week, or if you're in the playlist, you can watch it now. And we're going to talk about really good stuff. The biggest secret that dealers might or might not want you to know as to how you can get the best price on lights. We'll see you guys there. Thanks.